Okay, Capricorn, you don't want to be bothered with them anymore, or you don't want to be a part of their life anymore. Knight of Cups, the Six of Cups. Like, yeah, I used to have love for them, but I don't anymore. It's been feeling very distant, very cold. I think it was just a phase. Like some Capricorns here are realizing that somebody that they've been dealing with or somebody that they were connected to, it was just a phase that they were going through here. So the honeymoon phase in the situation, Capricorns, is over. It's like it's back to reality or back to the truth of what the situation really was. It was just a moment. I feel like Capricorns, you were just sharing a moment with somebody and someone picked up on it like, no, don't share that moment. No, don't get with that person. No, don't take that seriously because it's not like that. Okay. What's this Hierophant here? I feel like Capricorns, there's a level of like indifference when it comes to the way that you have been like interpreting something, or indifference when it comes to the way that you've been like experiencing a conversation. So how someone has been talking to you about somebody else, Capricorns, you have not really been enjoying here because you like that person or you fuck with them. So this is like I said before, like you can have a mom or a dad who don't like your friend or who don't like your current boo, and every time y'all talk about that person, they talk shit about them or they tell them that they don't really like them. And I feel like that's hurting your feelings here, Capricorn. What's this Hierophant? So your feelings are changing in regards to one. Yeah, we have the lovers. I mean, fall out of love. Somebody wants you to fall out of love with somebody so they can put you with somebody they really like. Grand Rising, my love. Four of Pentacles, or the Knight of Pentacles, and then the High Priestess. Yeah, somebody don't like the type of life somebody's living for you, Capricorns, or in relation to you. It's like an energy like, I don't really want you invested into that person because of what they're invested into. I feel like, that's something that's going to take you down the wrong path and it's going to eventually confuse you. Lovers, we have the Page of Swords. Yeah, somebody feel like the person that you're in love with or the person that you really like, Capricorn, is not good for you. It's like an energy of like, that's the wrong path. You're going to commit to the wrong thing. They're going to steer you down the wrong like life or something. So this is like for a Capricorn who's like mom or dad has always been like on their ass, like, get it together. Don't hang out with this person. Don't talk to them. Don't connect with them. And I'm also getting this energy where every time you're around somebody that your mom or dad or like your boo, your baby mama, baby daddy, or like whenever you're around somebody like they call you, like, what are you doing? But there's this energy of like them not really liking that person here. What's this Wheel of Fortune? I'm seeing this disconnect and like your fate right now, Capricorns. The Star card just popped out. Yeah, I'm saying something about somebody's fate being changed. So Capricorn, there is somebody who like alter your fate around the Wheel of Fortune by pretending to be somebody. I don't know. I pick up the energy where like somebody was dealing with someone. There's a Capricorn here that was either dating somebody or friends with somebody, and that person was acting like your mom in spirit or acting like your dad in spirit. Does that make sense? This is what the fuck is coming out. Somebody was dating somebody, fucking with somebody that was acting like somebody's mom. But because you and your mom don't have like a great relationship, Capricorns, it was translating into like hostility. So if your friend was acting like your mom in your spirit or in your energy field and it was pissing you off with your mom, this is why something like was manifesting like that, Capricorn. Somebody was trying to make you and your mom beef. So like if you still stay with your mom or you're still like taking care of your mom or you're still like looking out for her, somebody was trying to cause like a disruption in that energy field. What's the Wheel of Fortune? To prevent y'all from like coming back together or like you helping them or you being there for them. It's like somebody was trying to cause beef, Capricorns, just so they can have you to themselves. But it was like with your family or something. Wheel of Fortune. So like if your mom don't like your boo or your mom don't like your friend don't like your mom, and they've been acting like your mom and your energy field trying to piss you off with her. Or vice versa. This is your mom acting like one of your friends trying to piss you off with like your friend or something. I don't know. It's very odd. 9 of Wands. So somebody don't realize that like your mom sent people out of your life, Capricorns. Like I'm getting like cast away. Like there's a Capricorn here whose like parents wished people out of their life. Two of Swords, the Magician, the Hermit card. And this is the reason why like you don't feel like yourself anymore, Capricorn, because everybody who's supposed to be in your life or everybody who like is designed to be around you and tribe, somebody wished these people out of your life. 9 of Wands, the Emperor card. But it was like in preparation for a certain type of life somebody wanted you to live. So it's given, Capricorn, somebody didn't want you to live and thrive and be happy with who you wanted to be happy with. This is like energy where like somebody wanted you to be happy with somebody in particular. Like it reminds me of those situations where, you have like the father who hands his daughter off in marriage to somebody in particular, but it's like that in like real time, like, or in everyday senses where like somebody mother was handing off their daughter to some man in particular, some mother was handing off their father, some mother was handing off their son to a woman in particular, and the son didn't like the woman, or the man didn't like the woman, some shit like that going on. So there's like this vibration here where like there's a beef. Like somebody's mom here or father is advocating for a Capricorn here being with somebody in particular. And you may not pick up on the energy connection. So Capricorn, one of your parents here know your ex, or one of your parents know somebody that they want you to meet, or one of your parents know somebody you talking to is like not vibrationally in a match with them, if that makes sense. Like your parents would get along with this person or some shit. So it's like they don't naturally get along energetically. So I don't know. It's very interesting. Queen of Pentacles. What's this Queen of Pentacles? It seems like somebody mom in the background is just wishing to give somebody life though. Like, yeah, don't hang out with this person. You like this person for you. You fall in love with them. Go get with this person. It's like that type of shit going on here. Yeah, don't be friends with them. They're users, and don't try to be nice to them. They'll play with you, and they'll take for you, Capricorns. I get that type of energy here. Like your mom is overprotective, or you got a father that's overprotective, or a father that's a no bullshitter, or a friend. Like you either got a mother, a father, a friend, a girlfriend, boyfriend that is no bullshit. They don't play around when it comes to you, Capricorns. What's this Queen of Pentacles? We got the Temperance card. Very imbalanced. I'm seeing somebody mom get drunk. So Capricorns, when your mom get drunk or high or get gone off the cigarettes or whatever, Five of Pentacles, High Priest is 9 of Cups. She cut the fuck up, or he cuts the fuck up. Your father get like this. Like somebody mother or father, or the mother and the father start cutting the fuck up when they don't get their way. So I'm getting like somebody mother knows like what you be doing, where you going, who you talking to, who you hanging around, and every time you're about to like get action or fall in love with somebody or get close to somebody, they interrupt that shit. They start calling you like, come home, I need this, I need that, come bring me this, come do this for me. And I feel like that's interrupting like your connection with somebody you're supposed to be building here. Temperance card, the Four of Pentacles. So Capricorn, you're having difficulties really locking in with somebody because you got somebody in the background consistently telling you it's wrong to lock in with this person. So this is like an energy connection. Five of Pentacles, High Priest, 9 of Cups, where somebody keeps interrupting like what could happen or what could be, which is attaching fears to what is, Capricorn, which is preventing the synergy of the connection from growing. So if this is like you and a friend who've been friends forever and suddenly y'all always beefing, it's like your mama or they mama or somebody daddy or somebody girlfriend or some shit like, no, I don't want y'all being friends no more. No, I don't want y'all dating anymore. No, I don't want y'all around each other no more. No, y'all always doing this. Y'all always doing that. It's not blah, right? Y'all
I'm doing
that's
it
how I
one
see
way
this.
or
What's this Two
the
of Cups?
Thank you for asking.
Okay, we got the Devil card coming out and Queen of Swords. Yeah, I'm getting like a very mean-spirited mother. I don't know why I picked that up. Like a very mean-spirited mother or father or girlfriend, baby mama. Or flip it, right? This could be a man, a masculine energy. Somebody got a very mean-spirited mother or father or grandmother, grandfather, uncle that do not fuck around, and they know how to like manipulate spirits, some shit. Like they prey on people or something. I could get like somebody mother know how to wish people out of somebody's motherfucking life automatically because of the power they hold over you, because you are their seed. Like y'all bloods are linked. So like because they're your elder, it's like they naturally have like some type of like, I don't want to say control, but like it's like a level of like dictatorship. I don't know why I picked this up, but like this is what a Capricorn is dealing with. 9 of Cups, Death card, 3 of Cups, and they're like obsessed with doing this. Like somebody's mother or father, or uncle, somebody here is obsessed with controlling somebody and obsessed with who you hang around. It's like they're living your life. Like if you ever heard somebody say somebody's vicariously living through somebody, this is what somebody's mother or father is doing. It's like they're watching everything that you do. They watch everybody you kiss up on. They watch everybody you hang the fuck around. And whenever they don't like somebody, like they're protecting you, Capricorns. Like whoever this is for, who I'm talking about here, because this can, like I said, it can be anybody, but who I'm talking about in relation to Capricorn, they're protecting you, but it's like overprotection, Capricorn. That's kind of leaving you in a state of depression. Like it's kind of leaving you in a state of like feeling overwhelmed. I get anxiety, or always feeling stressed the fuck out, or never feeling like you're aligned with the right people. But this is somebody's like personal doing, like somebody's own personal perception about your friends or about your lifestyle choices or about who you fuck with or who you hanging around does not reflect it to your energy well, Capricorn. So it's contradicting how you naturally feel. So when you want to naturally do something that keeps shit real with somebody, there's a level of conflicting energy that's naturally showing the fuck up. But that's somebody's prayers against what it is you want, Capricorns. What's this Knight of Swords? Somebody is praying against Capricorn. I really feel this. Like, this is very, 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 very strong. Knight of Swords for the Capricorns. Ace of Wands. Yeah, I'm getting prayer. Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands is like a spoken word that becomes magic. Seven of Cups, yeah, for real. Spoken word that becomes magic. So somebody basically, Seven of Cups, Knight of Wands, Ten of Cups, did some type of like work on a Capricorn here to make you like, I'm erectile dysfunction all on. I just heard erectile dysfunction or some type of like pussy malfunction. I don't know. I'm getting like something malfunction. Your pussy don't get turned on anymore, or your dick won't get hard like that. Something like that going on as well, Capricorns. What's this Ace of Wands? The Seven of Pentacles. But it's designed to make you get back on track. Like, somebody mother not fucking around. They like, you finna stop sleeping around. You finna stop hoeing around. You finna stop drinking. You finna stop smoking. You finna stop partying, pill popping, whatever the fuck you're doing. You finna stop hanging around with these shady people. I need your life to motherfucking change. But the reason why I'm saying all this is because somebody's mother or father sees somebody ass spiraling out of control. They have picked the fuck up that you are out of control with them, the Capricorns, or vice versa. Somebody out of control here. They can't control their hormones, or they can't control their drug addiction or they alcoholism. There's a level of like being committed to losing control. Like, somebody likes blacking out drunk. Somebody like getting high as fuck. Somebody like fucking in like such a euphoric state of existence that they coming out of their body and shit. And somebody mother like, nah, I'm sick of this shit because you making me act like that. You making me reflect that shit into my energy because you act like that's such a lifestyle. You act like that's all it is. That I don't know. Like, somebody mother basically took their damn child's soul over to try to figure out what that child was like or what that child was about. Does that make sense? So even if you grown Capricorns, let's say you 25 and your mama 40. Your mama woke up one day, or your daddy woke up one day and was like, listen, I don't really understand my son. I don't really understand my daughter like that. So let me see what their soul is like. Man, they took your soul over, and because of the type of lifestyle you was living, they showed the fuck out right now. Like, somebody was 40 years old, fucking and sucking and having too much fun right here. Then they realized, why in the fuck am I acting like this? Your child done lost motherfucking control here. And so, backing it up here, when I was saying that somebody mama praying against something, it's not to say you're praying against your downfall. It's more so like, oh no, baby, you gotta stop that. What's this love of cards in this page of swords? This is crazy. Look, it's coming out in different ways. Like, the child feel like the mom is obstructing their path in life the way they can't live their life. The mother feel like, listen, baby, the life you live in and the life you're going to want to live when you wake up 10 years from now. So all I'm trying to do is align you with what it is you really want to do and what it is you really want to get into, so that you stay happy doing how you doing it, how you want to do it, but you still feel safe in what you're doing, so that you don't go rampant and lying and being sneaky, because this is a level of like sneakiness. Somebody mother feel like their child is sneaky or like shady or some shit. So it's translated into that connection. That's why the mother always questioning the child and like, I don't believe nothing you say. I feel like you be sneaking around. I feel like you boom, 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 you know? What's his lovers in the page of swords? Looking at the Four of Cups, I'm getting like dissatisfaction. I'm hearing, you don't know me. That's what somebody be saying to somebody. You don't know me like that. You don't know what I be going through. You don't know what I be thinking about. But your mama do. Y'all blood. Y'all really are linked to each other. The Fool card.
Yeah, I had asked you.
So the way somebody feel like somebody don't understand them is actually the opposite. They do understand you. Three of Pentacles, but they're not gonna tell you. Basically, Three of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Moon card. I feel you in ways that you don't understand. So even when you think that we're not in connection with one another, we still are.
These readers that I promote,
this is not one an Emperor card.
Subscribe to them if y'all.
So this is a level of somebody's family trying to help somebody to get back on track and fucking control here. Like, somebody thought that their family was trying to stop them, and they rebelled against somebody's family praying for them. So every time somebody's mother is praying, like, please let my child get their stuff together. Please let my child get back on their shit. Please let my child, like, fall into grace, or, get a real big bag, or, find love and shit like that. Somebody's child like, no, I don't want you praying for me. No, don't pray for my bag. No, you don't understand me. And it's like everything that somebody's mother is truly praying for somebody, they speaking against their damn self. So it's becoming this vibration where you're contradicting your mother's prayers, who are actually designed to pray for you. Your mother is one of your saviors. She's one of your guides. She's one of your ancestors. Goddamn. So of course her prayers are always going to be what influences you and potentially break you the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? If you're not aware. So Nine of Wands, Emperor card. We're looking at the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like somebody needs to really slow down, have a conversation with somebody here, and really apologize, because this feels like a lot of drunken nights, a lot of high nights, a lot of unfiltered thoughts coming out is what I mean by that. So like, if somebody has been trying to talk to their mama or father or whoever the fuck this is about how they moving and shit, a lot of what you was saying, you was drunk as shit or high as fuck, and it wasn't really what you thought. You just said that in the moment of you liking what you was doing. So that addiction in you, that dopamine hit that arose out of you when you hit that blunt or you had that when you got drunk and shit, that's where that alcohol courage came from. You see what I'm saying? But the alcohol courage just made you go into a mode of being against people, Ten of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Page of Wands, that really want to see the best out of you. Like, this almost feels like somebody is afraid of their own fucking potential. This really is what this feeling like. Temperance card, Four of Pentacles. Somebody's afraid of their own potential. And it seemed like somebody, mama, daddy, ex-girlfriend, best friend, the best friend, mama, somebody, King of Cups, has been trying to motivate somebody to get back on their shit and fall back into grace with themselves. But they've already given up on falling back into grace. Like, this is somebody who's too strong out. But it's not even that you're too strong out. You just believe that you're too strong out. So ain't no coming back, right? The World card, Five of Swords, Hermit card. So as long as somebody's standing in this energy of feeling like they can't turn something back around or they can't stop something, they're too addicted to something, that's your lifestyle now. So I feel like somebody has to go into this mode of just accepting what is that they like and acknowledge it as a truth, but try to find healing in that space, so at least you understand why it is you subscribe to that way. So if you feel like your lifestyle choices, right, is just a part of being drunk and being a friendly drunk and having a good time, for example, right, then that's something that I feel like you should come into a complete space of understanding of. So once you're communicating with people, hey, this is why I like to drink. Hey, this is why I smoke. You have a clear, intelligent, concise answer so that people can understand that you've thought about it and you've processed it, meaning that you've healed in that space. It's not something that you're attached to. It's something that you grow in connection with. Does that make sense? So it's like, instead of you being attached to alcohol, instead of you being attached to weed, you go in connection with alcohol, you go in connection with weed. It's something that you know how to control versus it controlling you. And I feel like this is what somebody mama has been trying to teach them. Devil card, Queen of Swords. Stop letting alcohol, stop letting weed, stop letting sex control you. Learn how to control that vibration. The Devil card, Queen of Swords. And I feel like this has been rebelling somebody, or like taking somebody into the state of rebelliousness and just showing the fuck out, just tripping the fuck out of somebody. Eight of Swords, and don't never have no type of apology or remorse about it. Like, this somebody who really don't give a fuck. They will cut the fuck up and go the fuck up and walk the fuck out on you. Six of Pentacles, King of Swords, Hangman, and then like, no, what the fuck I said was true. This is how I felt, and that's all it is. You know, I see this with somebody. Like, every day, somebody mama be talking to them or hitting up or telling them they love them, they care about them. The mother be like, I don't love you, I don't care about you, I can't wait to move the fuck on and never talk to you again. But I'm telling you, if that's your vibration, then that's gonna be that synergy. You see what I'm saying? So if you in this state of existence where you sick of your mama or you sick of your father, you sick of your girlfriend, you sick of your boyfriend, and you trying to do whatever the fuck you can to get away from them, that energy is always gonna be transparent in that relationship. So every time you think you're finna go running back to your damn mama or your damn father to build that connection after you did all that you could to get away from them, it's gonna be shit in place where y'all gonna keep falling in and out of connection with each other because of how you originally started that shit. So what I'm trying to tell somebody is, if you really want to heal the relationship between your family, it's something that you have to take the initiative on. You can't just sit up and expect something to just fix itself and well, let's just forget about the past. Hell no. Do you know how much shit you done did to traumatize me from the past? All that shit got to be accounted for. Let's apologize piece by piece, point by point, A to B to C to D to E to F, goddamn, and then we're going to get to the point of what it really means to be family, or we're going to get to the point of what it really means to be in love with each other, or we're going to get to the point what it really means to build tribe with one another. But not all this, you telling me that I'm wrong for how I'm living, and then I rebel even more, and that makes it crazier of a synergy. It's like somebody, yes, where your attention goes, your energy flows. But I like to say, where your attention goes, your intentions flow. Does that make sense? So where your intention goes, your attention flows. This the same vibe, but I like to say it like that, right? And I feel like that's what the vibe is. If somebody always in this energy where they feel like their family is against them, or their family praying against them, or they not in your corner and shit, it's gonna come to be that. So you gotta change how you see the connection that you're sharing with your tribe and shit. Like, if you feel like somebody in your tribe is on your side but against what, like, something personally you want to do with some shit, that's nothing more than a conversation to say, hey, I want to do this, but your energy in relation to me feel like you are praying against that. So I kind of wanted to know, or at least gain clarity over how you felt about that, so that I can understand what you actually see inside this relationship, so it's not affecting me, right? Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. And you know what, honestly, this ain't something that you got to do. But if it's like, for example, if I have a situation going on where, like, it's me and a business partner in a situation, right? And we're supposed to be building this damn brand together. if we're not communicating over how to maintain that consistency in what we understand of this vision or what we understand about this vision, that vision won't come alive. And it's the same thing with family. If two family members do not have the same understanding of what the vision is to be family or what family means in general, it's not gonna come alive. There will always be this disconnect. And I feel like that's what somebody dealing with. You've been dealing with a level of disconnectivity inside of your family relationship or inside of your love relationships because of the way that you see that synergy. So you got to change how you see yourself before it can change inside of that relationship.
Right.
I can't expect you to be the good, you know, like for example, I can't expect you to be a good person if you don't see yourself as a good person. Because I can only reflect to you what you feel about yourself.
Right.
I can't call you beautiful. I can say you're beautiful all I want to, right? But if you don't believe you're beautiful for yourself, makes sense. That's where I'm going with this. It's the same thing with anything. If I'm in a situation with a family member and we're not getting along, and I'm not trying to take the initiative to communicate what the problem is for me, that problem is going to persist and eventually grow into separation. That's all it's ever be. So when you want something to fall apart, Capricorn or collective, wherever this is for, the simplest thing to do is for you to stop giving a fuck. Cause that seems like this is what the fuck I'm challenging. It seems like a Capricorn here woke up like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about this situation no more. I don't want to be bothered with this shit. It's lame. I'm tired of investing into it. It's stressing me the fuck out. But in reality, it's a level of how you're seeing it yourself. So as long as you see your family situation stress you the fuck out, as long as you see that relationship stressing you out, it's always gonna be like that, Capricorns, and it ain't gonna never fucking change. You done locked in with a level of stress. Does that make sense? You didn't lock in with healing. You locked in with the stressful fact of that situation. You locked in with the fact that your mama prayed about something. You locked in the fact that your mama told you about yourself. You locked in with the fact that your daddy said stop doing something. You locked in with the fact that somebody told you you was fucked up at one point. That's what you locked in with. So now you locked in with a level of trauma, pain, remorse, guilt here. And you point fingers at people too. So at that point, you might well just separate from somebody, Capricorns, and not drag like your mama or daddy through this bullshit you finna go through. Because that's what the fuck this is. Somebody been giving their mama a hard ass time intentionally because that's where their attention is flowing right now. You flowing with their attention that you and your mama beefing. You flowing with their attention that you and your father beefing or some shit. So as long as you commit to that idea that that's what it is, it's gonna come to be that. And you can't be mad when they say get the fuck out my house. Or you can't be mad when they say stop calling my motherfucking phone with this bullshit. Or you can't be mad when they say don't fucking bother me with your damn problems when you didn't want to fix them problems. You see what I'm saying? I gave you the prayer. I gave you a solution. I sent love your way. And you chose to say, no, I don't believe that's love. No, I don't believe that's a prayer. I believe that's this person speaking against me. But maybe that's not your life to live. Like for somebody here, the reason why your mama is or your father is telling you not to be a part of something is because that's not your vibration. You're gonna wake up and one day feel that you subscribe to something that's not really you, but because of how long you've been subscribing to it, you go just subscribe to it anyway because of how long you've been doing it. But it's not gonna be something that makes you happy, right? And this is what I was talking about with somebody when it comes to addiction or alcoholism or some sort of way of life they live in. You did it so fucking long that you think it's your way of life, and now it's something. It's like it's time for something different in life, and somebody been trying to guide you toward that difference or that level of different in your life, but you don't want to say yes to it because it pains you to let go of something that you've always done. And that's how it be. A nigga that been, excuse me, I sound a little curse. A motherfucker, a person that's been smoking for 10 plus years, right? Suddenly waking up and feeling like I have been wasting my time smoking all this time and I could have been like, you know, sobering up and being focused and giving a fuck about what I want, will suddenly feel guilty about the fucking fact that they've been smoking so long that they stay subscribed to it out of guilt. Does that make sense? That's how a lot of people guilt trip themselves into shit. For real. A lot of people guilt trip themselves into shit by feeling like they were wrong for either doing it or being a part of it. So because they already did it, it's like, well, I might well just go and do it now. I'm already here now. And it's like, no, you can decide right now that enough is enough. Six of Pentacles, King of Swords, Hangman. But you got to be serious about that statement that enough is enough. That's what somebody going through. Justice card 2 of 1, 7 of 1. You got to decide when enough is enough. You got to decide when you want justice to appear in your life. Does that make sense? You got to decide when you're ready to balance your life out, because that's what this is. My mama can only guide me so much and inspire me so much. It's still gonna be a personal choice I have to make if I'm ready to change my life the fuck around in any way, shape, or form. It has to be a mind, body, and soul conscious and clear choice that I gotta make to say I'm ready for fucking change. Because if not, it's always gonna be something for somebody here where they're gonna be saying that they're ready for change, but won't do what the fuck they need to do to make that motherfucker change happy. And then they gonna sit up and try to point at everybody the fuck else why that change did not happen. But in reality, it was just you. You chose to say, I'm subscribing to this because I feel like this is a part of me, but that was what you were supposed to change, Capricorns. Whatever the hell has been holding you the fuck up. And somebody out here in your life, Capricorn, it don't, I say mother, father, tribe, somebody close to you. It could be just an associate you be passing by and every day passing by, right? Somebody out here, Capricorns, knows and sees the potential inside of you and has been telling you, hey, stop this. Hey, start this. Hey, change this, and then experience yourself again. Re-meet your motherfucking self. Because this is for a Capricorn who needs to give up something or who needs to change their perception about something in order to really meet who they are. You feel distant from who the fuck you are because that's not really you. You spent a lot of time hanging around people who kept telling you who the fuck you was, and in reality, that wasn't really you. That was just some cool shit to hear because you let other people express who the fuck they think they are about you. But because it was something cool that you never heard, you never said yourself, you took that shit on as your truth. Oh, you just a quiet, laid back type Capricorns. You know, you just a chill type. You get with the shit and, you know, you just be minding your business, Capricorn. That's how you are. And Capricorn was like, hell yeah, I'm chill, laid back, and bother nobody, and I just fuck who I want to fuck with. But is that really you? Or is that somebody's observation of you and you just took that on as your truth? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because if it's true, it's true, right? Like, ain't nothing wrong with taking somebody else's opinion about you and saying, okay, I believe that's true. That's the game of life. I can get other people's opinions and perceptions on things and build my own. That's the beauty in this. We're all tried for a reason. But when I'm just sitting up, let somebody pour into me what the fuck they believe about me and not taking time to believe what I want to believe about myself, it changes my synergy with the universe, right? It changes how I connect to myself. It changes how I open these doors in my life. So for somebody here, you have been on a revolving door of doors being locked on that ass and you can't walk through in life because of your own belief in yourself. And when other people realize that from your depression or from your lack of accountability, you don't believe in yourself, they try to pour it into you. But because at the point of you not believing in yourself, somebody coming to tell you that they believe in you, it fucking sounds crazy to you. Like somebody here, if I was to tell them I believe in them and everything they want to do, they would feel like I'm an alien. Like, what do you mean you believe in me? You don't know me. God damn, who believe in you then? You can't accept a stranger that you don't even know saying they believe in you. So are you being poured to? Better yet, are you pointing to yourself the way you're supposed to? Because what's wrong with what like really think about it. What is wrong with receiving love and gratitude from people? Like really, like I really want to answer for that. Because somebody here got a problem with expressing their love and their light to people because they feel like people are not gonna understand them. And because you got this mindset that people are not gonna understand you, it's always gonna translate like that. I'm telling somebody how they are manifesting their damn problems in their life. It's the way that you walking through life feeling that you don't nobody get you. It's the way you walking through life feeling like your mom betrayed you. It's the way you moving thinking that your friends don't really fuck with you like that. It's the way you moving where you think every relationship you get into, your mama not gonna like them. It's the way you moving where you think that you gotta hide our relationship because your father gonna disapprove of them. It's the way you moving where you feel like everybody you hang around don't really understand you, so it translates into you not saying nothing. That's the reason why you moving how you moving. And it became that vibration for you. So it's not that you don't understand yourself. It's not that people don't understand you. You're creating that connection where you want a lack of understanding to exist. It's a difference. It's not that it's actually happening naturally and you need to, you know what I'm saying, we can work through that. No. You want to be misunderstood. And it becomes that. So sometimes it really helps when you say, okay, some of the choices, some of the things I've been through in life was just a self-reflection of what I believe about myself. Yeah, other people's perceptions were there, but it ultimately is about what I believe about myself. So if I feel like, for example, if I Saint Hell right now, I feel like I'm deserving of fucking love, love is gonna come to me. It don't matter what nobody in this motherfucking chat believe about my relationship with life. Does that make sense? It don't matter. But if I'm in this energy where I'm always allowing other people's perception of me be stronger than what I believe about myself, that is what is controlling me. That is where I drive this force of nature that is me and through life. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm telling somebody is just be mindful of what you choose to receive as your truth, especially if it's not your truth, because you'll wake up and be like, you know, you said 5 years ago that I'm gonna always be smoking, and here it is 5 years later, I'm still smoking. I blame you. You don't really have to blame them. You should blame yourself because you should have said 5 years ago in that moment that that's not really true, right? You should have caught it in that moment and said, I don't believe that shit. I don't subscribe to that shit. Don't say that shit. You see what I'm saying? And even more so, even if those 5 years have passed and somebody manifests some shit for you, all you can say right now in this very moment, hey, I understand what you're saying, and that's not true. Speak against it. Okay? Okay. I love you guys so much, Capricorns, and keep in mind the Capricorn readings are for the Capricorns, but it can also be for the cross watchers. It's for all Capricorn placements. So wherever this is resonating in your chart, right? Look at that placement, look at that house, and see what it's influencing, and it'll help you understand what this reading is referring to. What you do frequently becomes your frequency. That is a very true statement. It becomes your vibration. It becomes a part of you. So if you're always talking down on yourself, that's your frequency, right? If you're always looking for inspiration, that's your frequency. If you know how to inspire yourself, that's your frequency. When you have real self-love for yourself, that becomes your frequency, right? When you always having pity parties, that becomes your frequency, right? And the type of frequency that you are moving through is the type of music that gets played. Does that make sense? So if you're moving through the frequency of a pity party, you only finna hear pity party fucking music coming out of your goddamn throat chakra. If you only moving through the frequency that you can't find love, you only gonna be talking about your lack of love in your life. If you only moving through the frequency that money is the most important thing to you, the only thing that's gonna be important to you is fucking money. And even like you missing out on other things. You gotta have a balanced perspective on things. It's important to focus and get in tune with things so that you can become better in that space, but it's also being aware that there are other spaces that need taken care of too. So sometimes, yeah, I get deep in my bag, want to make money and really hustle this shit out, but I also got to make sure I'm taking care of my self-love, because now I'm making money without loving myself, right? And it happens. So you have to keep that balance, Capricorn. That's the message here. Keep that balance. And when you feel that something is not for you, pray about it and see what it reveals you, because many times it's just a reflection of stuff that you got to go through. But for somebody here, I'm trying to tell somebody, hey, although it seems like you and your family beefing, or although it seems like you and your baby mom, baby daddy beefing, that's not really true. They love you. It's just a matter of, do you love yourself? Because I can't keep pouring love into you and trying to uplift you to be who you're supposed to be when you don't love yourself, because that's fucking with my synergy with the universe. So now I'm trying to pour into you and uplift you, but because you're not being uplifted through what I'm saying, that makes me feel like I'm not true to myself, right? And it changes my connection. And somebody, mama, daddy, sister, brother, uncle, friend here don't got time for that shit no more, Capricorn. They reach that point where they don't want to keep telling you that they love you. They don't want to keep telling you that they want to see you win, because you're not taking that and manifesting through that shit. You're not taking that and letting it build a momentum. So I really love that statement. What you frequently do becomes your frequency. So thank you, Empress Goddess Spiritual G. I really do appreciate that statement, because that's a very true statement. And I love the statement where we said, okay, so if you always vibrate in the frequency of pity parties, that's the song you finna sing, right? If you're always vibrating in the energy that you don't have love, that's the song you finna sing now. And that's what it is, Capricorns. Some of y'all need to stop singing certain songs because it's not your fucking song anymore.
Hey, Miss
Stop having these fucking pity parties, Capricorns. Y'all know how I get when I get to talk like this. Nah. Love y'all again, for real. Thank y'all for tuning in for the Capricorn reading. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know our names. Bye.
Get a check-in for you, okay? Please be mindful. This is general and collective. All these messages and none at all could be for you, okay? So please take what resonates, leave the rest. It's general and collective. Check your other placements. You may be resonating with one of those better, okay? But we're gonna.
What happened? Oh, shoot.
Gonna just pull on the energy to see what spirit has for you at this time, okay? If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for the love and support. If you like the content here, you will love Patreon, okay? The link is below, okay? They get love and career readings monthly, as well as a weekly week ahead message on Sundays. and divine masculine, divine feminine readings. So check it out, okay? Join us. All right, what do we have for Sagittarius today, Spirit? What is going on with Sag? Talk to us for Sag, please. All right, Archangel Michael, please protect me as I channel the messages for Sagittarius. Block any interference that stops their messages from coming through. First card out, Sagittarius, you got the Fool with the Strength card. Okay, somebody got this energy. But let's keep going. All right, so let's see. You got a new beginning here, okay? Whatever this is, you've had to have perseverance for it. Wow, 3 majors. You got the Death card. Wow, you've had to have perseverance for this change, for this new beginning. Wow, 4 majors. You got the Death of the Hermit card. Wow, Sag. Incredible. Incredible. The Tower. Wow.
Oh, that's Scorpio energy.
Sagittarius, what is going on? It's like you're going through some kind of major transformation. Things are happening. Things are breaking through. Yeah, whatever this is, I'm really getting like another realm right now. Of course, I just don't feel like this is 3D energy. This is crazy.
I'm a Sagittarius, Venus, and Neptune conjunction. You look for whatever sign that the Venus is in. That's what you look at when you're looking for love. Venus is the planet of love. Whatever sign Mercury is in, that's the sign of communication. I'm an Aquarius Mercury. Your moon sign is your emotions, your intuition, what's hidden. I'm a Taurus moon in South Node. Your rising sign is how you really, show up in the world. I'm a Leo rising in Saturn. Your North Node is what is your purpose in this lifetime, what you're supposed to be moving from your South Node, which is your past life, into your North Node, which is the purpose, your path that you're supposed to be on this lifetime. I'm Scorpio, North Node, and Uranus. Your sign that your Jupiter is in. Jupiter is the planet of luck and fortune. That's the sign you look at when you're looking to see where your luck lies, where your fortune lies. So I'm an Aries, Jupiter, Chiron, Lilith in mid-heaven. And Chiron is the planet, is the wounded warrior, the planet of the wounded warrior. That's also where you look to find out where you need to do your healing those wounds and stuff. So you have to always look at these different signs where these planets are placed at to see what's going on. It's more to you than just your sun sign. Yeah, I'm a Capricorn sun, proud Capricorn, but you always got to look at these other placements as well. Gemini, I'm a Gemini Mars. Mars is the planet of war. So you have to kind of be careful with that too, because Gemini rules communication as well. I'm a Libra Pluto. So you got to look at all that stuff. I'm a Grand Trine in air and fire. I have all three air signs. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I have all 3 fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, in my chart. That's what you call a grand trine. So I have 2 grand trines in my chart. And I also know my signs in Vedic astrology, which is Eastern astrology. A lot of people say what they call side rail. See, I'm a Sagittarius sun in side rail astrology. Cancer rising in Saturn in side rail. See, I know my placements in there too. You got to know your houses, because you have 12 houses, just like you have the 12 zodiac signs. Each house rules different aspects in your life. Like one house rules your family. One rules community. One rules your health. Different things like that. You need to look at that too to see what you have in those houses, because they rule health and everything. I mean, this thing is deep. There's more to it than just tarot. Because we are the solar system. We are the sun, the moon, and the stars.
I just don't feel like all of this is happening in the 3D, the world, but a cycle is closing. This is crazy. And we haven't had this many cars like riding by in one. I mean, you just had like a lot. So there is a lot going on. Whether you know it or not, Sag, I just feel like all of this just isn't in your world. And you know what I'm saying? But there is something major going on. Ooh, 3 of Swords. The only minor that you have. 5 of Wands. So okay, so that's my point. Like the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Wands bottom of the deck, that's your only minor. I just feel like you're not hearing any of this noise with the 4 of Swords beneath it. I just feel like something is just kind of like happening elsewhere. Okay, so this could be like happening on your behalf, but yeah, there could be someone missing you. Okay, or you know, whatever this pain is coming from, I just feel like it's not you. It's not in your world per se, but it could be happening on your behalf. Okay, I feel like, you know, there's some spirits out here acting up as well. There's definitely death somewhere looming around. Spirits, people that's not there. The Hermit and the Death card is out here. Okay, I do feel like some people could be experiencing a shocking death though. Something could be very shocking. Because, you know, the Fool card, it's a new beginning, but it's one that's kind of like that, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of out of nowhere, kind of like on a whim, like kind of you know, wake up one day in a new place and a new life and a new something, and it's kind of like unplanned, and so that could be what it is too. Clarify this Fool card, please. Let's see. Energies that we have out here: Sagittarius, we have Aquarius, Leo, double Scorpio, Virgo. Okay, so you could have these be in cahoots with these energies. Okay, this is the 5 of Wands. Some could have something to do with the actual friend group. So let's see, the Fool. Clarify the Fool, please, for Sagittarius. What's going on? Yeah, 8 of Cups. Like I said, something is on a whim. Someone is leaving a situation, or they're exiting a situation, jumping into this new life, ghosting a situation. Something is just on a whim. Okay, you got the 3 of Cups here. Somebody could also be taking a leap towards some of you and coming back into your life, or communicating, they're resurfacing. Yeah, whoever this is, somebody could want to talk. This could be someone that was a friend of yours for some of you. Yeah, but somebody, it looks like somebody could be leaving someone out in the cold, or they left you out in the cold. It's something like that, okay? Let me get one on the stream card. Yeah, somebody could have been like big on the cloud and all of that, and now they like transformed, or I don't know. Let me get one on the stream card before I get mad. Yeah, the stream card, because Sag, I know y'all like, you got some nerve. You got the Judgment card. Somebody may just want to call you though. Somebody wants to talk to you, or they think about this all the time. 8 of Swords, the Chariot. Somebody could be going to jail. Somebody's definitely going to jail. Could be a Leo. All right, let's move on to the Death card. I feel like these are other energies. Yep, I do. I feel like this Fool, I feel like this Aquarius energy is going to end up homeless. They don't have a place to live. They're being told to exit, or somebody's putting them out. The Strength card energy, this Leo energy, they're going to jail. That's going to be their judgment. Let's get one on this Death card. Clarify the Death card. Dang, Sag. Why they be wanting with you, Sag? Why they be wanting with you? Ooh. All right. Let me get one on the Death card. Man, come on. Dang. The Lovers. The Emperor. I don't know. Let me take a look, see here. Okay. I feel like somebody's missing you. I do. I feel like, you know, the Lovers is a divine connection. Yes, it's a spiritual connection. But I feel like somebody do a transformation here. Somebody who could have controlling. You could actually have children with someone. Some of you could have children with whoever this energy is, this Scorpio energy. But it looks like this person is experiencing these towers as well. But it just looks like something that somebody initiated doing, or took the initiative to do, would leave somebody sad or heartbroken, missing you, or something like that. This is someone who definitely fumbled the play in regards to you. Okay. And they've been slow to kind of confirm something and come back together with you. But this person is this person, whoever this person is, whoever this Scorpio or this Gemini is right here, they're going to experience a tower that triggers this change. All right. Let me get one on the Tower, or something involves them. Just period. Let me get one on the Tower. The tower is clarified by the devil. You have the Knight of Wands. Somebody to talk to you, Sagittarius, whoever this Capricorn is. Something's going on here. Some of y'all could be breaking up with somebody. Or you're arguing with somebody. You're in an argument with somebody. Something just kind of blows up. This could be blows out of proportion or whatever the case. It is back and forth, whatever.
Now, what you say though? So, what does that mean as far as the card shown? That's what she's telling you. She's explaining to you now what the cards that she's showing. She's telling you now what they mean. See, I read. You know, everybody read different because I read cards too, but I really don't need them because I already be knowing what be going on. You know, these readers that I share over here, they know that I promote them over here. They, you know, because I feel I only listen to certain ones because there are a bunch of them out here on YouTube, and I started noticing that a lot of them just. My spirit just didn't agree with them. I just put it like that. So I quit watching a lot of them, and the ones that I show over here are the only ones that I really listen to now because my spirit agreed with them, and I believe that they are. I feel in my heart that they are very spiritually gifted, and like I said, they know I promote them over here, and they appreciate me for doing it. But I always feel like it's a message that maybe someone might need to hear because everybody don't listen to the same readers. So that's why I do this over here, you know, promote them because it's a message. Sometimes people need to hear things that they don't know what's going on. Some people might be feeling certain things or y'all be trying to wonder about certain things and figure things out. And what tarot does, it only confirms what your intuition already be telling you, what you already know. It only just, you just take what resonates. If it don't apply, let it fly. If you feel like the reading is kind of resonating with you and with your situation, then the message is for you. So, did you hear it from the beginning? That's why I say you need to get your birth chart. If you know your time and the place and time of birth, you can get your birth chart, and you need to know what sign, what planets and different things that you have in these signs. You especially need to know your sun, moon, and rising sign and your north node. Because I don't know if you were listening earlier when I was explaining about what each planet rules as far as different aspects in the zodiac. Like I say, I'm a Sagittarius, Venus, and Neptune conjunction. Venus is the planet of love. So when you watching tarot, as far as love, you got to look at what sign that is. Okay, I'm a Capricorn sun. So the sun is how people really perceive you. How people look at you because that's the sign you're born under. I consider that I consider your sun sign the ego. That's how I consider it. And your moon, I'm a Taurus moon. Your moon sign, like I say, is your intuition, what's hidden, your emotions. Things like that. You need to look at that as well. Your rising sign is how you really show up in the world. I'm a Leo rising in Saturn. See? So you need to always know those aspects. And then Jupiter is the planet of luck. Chiron is the planet of the wounded warrior. That's where you need to look at that to see where you need to do certain healing, heal certain wounds, like childhood wounds or different things you've been through. So I'm Aries, Jupiter, Chiron, Lilith, and midheaven. Like I said, Jupiter is the planet of fortune and luck. You need to look at that to see where your fortune lies and different things like that. And then Mercury, that's the planet of communication. I'm an Aquarius Mercury.
Whatever it is, 5 6 of Pentacles. But there's some kind of truth that comes out of this. Something that somebody's going to think about. Yeah. I just feel like something backfires too. Either what someone says or what somebody does, their actions. But there's something to do with a very toxic Scorpio. Somebody is very somebody could be like a player energy. They don't have great self-control. They don't have good discipline. For some people, this could be one energy. Like this person is going to jail because they have no self-control over their sexual whatever this is. It's kind of giving me, I just love the Taurus reading. It's kind of giving me the same energy, kind of. But this is someone who they've hurt a lot of people. Whoever this is, they've hurt this one. If it's one person, they've hurt a lot of people. Their actions have hurt a lot of people, and they're being judged for that. So for some people, something is going to come out of nowhere. It's a shocking. It's the Tower card with the Death card. It's whatever it is. It leaves somebody, tears and all of that. For some people, somebody's going to jail. For some people, they're just going to be homeless. It is what it is. Let me get one on the Hermit. Dang, Sag. They better not play with you. I be trying to tell them, don't play with Sag. Oh, well. The Hermit.
And then, just like she said, when she called these signs, see, a lot of times people always look at, like I say, a person's sun sign. You can't just look at that. You need to know, if you're dealing with somebody, you need to know all the signs that are in their birth chart. See, because that's why they always say sun, moon, rising, Jupiter, north node. You need to know those because people don't always show up in that sun sign. You can embody any sign that's in your chart at any time, depending on what's going on in your life. So I'll always look at that sun sign. A person might be, say, let me say, like, I'm gonna use me, like I'm a Capricorn sun. All right, like she's saying Scorpio and she said that person might have those signs in their chart. Like I'm a Scorpio North Node. See what I'm saying? You can't always look at that sign. That's the sun sign. See, that's how people get things confused.
The Hermit is clarified by the Page of Cups. Somebody likes you. Two of Cups, bottom of the deck. Yeah, somebody likes you. For some of you, somebody likes you. They're taking whoever this person is who likes you. Some people could be a Virgo. Somebody's taking a leap of faith. They're putting action behind how they feel. They want to partner up with you. Okay. For some people, this could be a reconciliation. They want to just make amends, make things right with you, heal a connection with you, start over with you. For some of you, though, this could be somebody who just likes you. You don't know them from a can of paint. They don't know you, but they just like what you. They just like you. This is very good. Wow. This is incredible. So it looks like for some of you, some of this won't happen, Sagittarius. So for those of you who are connected to someone, you're in a connection, you still waiting on something to change or this person to change. They're very toxic. You already know how to get down. In 5 minutes, you are not going to be done with this person and have your new connection. It don't work like that because healing has to take place in between. But for those of you who are on your journey, you're on your soul's journey, you've been out here healing yourself, working on things, starting new things, just really patching up your wounds and transforming and staying, like persevering and pushing through some things and taking leaps of faith and leaving a situation like you already done all this, dealt with the heartbreak and all of that. This is what you're getting. Like, this is crazy. And it continues on. Just right here, we got the Two of Cups, the King of Wands, the Fool, the Star, the Ace of Cups, the World card, the Sun card, the Nine of Cups with the Four of Wands. Yeah, so this is for people who are doing the work. You're doing your shadow work, you've done shadow work, you've worked on yourself, healing, you've gone within, and you have a new perspective on what love truly is or who you truly are. This is beautiful. The Empress is right here. The Death card is right here. You got the Two of Wands. I'm telling you, all of this is either a betrayal or some kind of heartbreak. Something's been a long journey. This is good, but you're starting anew. It looks like you're starting anew. You're going on a new journey. For some people, they're going on their soul's journey. And this is what something will be. And that's final. Okay? You heard the phone. Let me get one on the Three of Swords. They're like, yeah, let me get one on this Three of Swords. We already know it's just a whole bunch of heartbreak. Somebody's conflicted, though. Clarify this Three of Swords. I'm getting something about the heart again. I forgot who got the energy before in the last set of readings. Three of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles with the High Priestess. At the bottom of the deck, Five of Swords. There's some kind of rumors going around or some kind of secret here. Third party situation. So that's what this is. You're gonna get some kind of communication about whatever this is. Something can be in regards to somebody who slandered you with somebody's wife who is a Pisces. So something's gonna be real heartbreaking to them. Or this is how they're feeling. This is somebody who talked noise about you, or like it's just whatever this is, it's something that's going. This would be somebody who said something about you, or stuff went around about you, and they were okay, or they judged you in the wrong light. Whoever this person is who has no backbone and they don't stand up for themselves, they're lost. Okay. But it's something here that's going on, and it could be going on with somebody's child, and that's why they're feeling all remorseful and all of this, because now it's something going around about them. Okay? And it's like, this would be something where somebody is like, I've witnessed this in real life, so I know it exists. But Sagittarius, this would be something where, maybe this would be like somebody talking about someone who has a baby and they're not married or something like that. But they're married. They got married first, had kids, and then like their husband goes and have kids on them, and their teenage daughter ends up pregnant super, super, super early in high school. But it's like having to eat your own words for the judgment that you had upon someone else. So now this person is feeling some kind of way. They're feeling conflicted because everything in their life is crumbling. I mean, this is someone who has like runaway children and things like this. This is literally a Fool card. Eight of Hermit, Page of Cups. But this is somebody who was so quick to judge you, or judge your household, or judge your relationships, or what you believe, or this or that. But now it's like, but you had the perfect life though, sis or bro. What's up? That's what this is. God's showing somebody that you were no better than them. Hello.
That part.
Judgment. Strength card. Yeah. Telling you. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. That's Period. This person. Anyway, I'm going to leave it where it's at. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Sagittarius, hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing. Get a check-in for you. Okay, please be mindful. This is general and collective. All these messages and none at all.
So did any of that resonate with you?
The Essenes in the Vatican by Edmond Bordeaux Sekeli is brought to you by audioenlightenment.com, copyright 2014, all rights reserved. To the memory of John 23rd, in his wise compassion, he was il papa to millions. In his creative thought, he was the harbinger of a new age. In his heart, he was an Essene. Preface. The Essene Gospel of Peace is one of the most extraordinary books in history. Since its first edition more than 50 years ago, it has been translated into 17 languages and has had countless editions and reprints. In the United States alone, and just during the last 10 years, it has been distributed in more than 215,000 copies. Yet none of its publishers, and there have been many, in various countries, are the ancient truth of the Essene revelations. Edmond Bordeaux Sekeli, San Diego, California, 1975. Introduction. Many words are devoted to St. Francis in this book, and with reason. In addition to all his other attributes, he was also the last personification of the Essene spirit. Since the gentle troubadour of God brought his message of love, purity, and simplicity, no one has appeared who has represented so totally the Essene spirit. With the coming of the industrial age, things of the spirit have assumed less and less reality in our lives, until now we have almost completely forgotten that we are born of the earthly mother and the heavenly Father. The God of the 20th century is technology, whose vast machines are wholly dependent on limited fuel sources. A computerized God we have programmed to produce material things, most of which we do not need, and much of which is even harmful. A good example of how our priorities have shifted in the last few hundred years is the reaction of the world to the discovery in 1945 of the Dead Sea Scrolls. True, there was great excitement, but it was the excitement of a major archaeological find, not the celebration of a spiritual rebirth. The massive books and articles that followed the first nuclear explosion, the realization of living on the brink of annihilation, has altered irrevocably our perspective on life and death. Accustomed as we are to daily violence and terrorism in some part of the world, dispute over the authenticity of an apocryphal text seems unimportant and frivolous. But fatalism and indifference will never solve the monumental problems on how to avert world catastrophe. We involve ourselves again with the miracle of life. We have opened the Pandora's box of nuclear energy. We can also open with the key of truth the hidden treasure house of ancient wisdom, waiting to be discovered in a forgotten manuscript, an ancient scroll, or in the unknown seat of knowledge within ourselves. We must rediscover our place in the world picture, our original role as the partner of the Creator, helping to sow and harvest and make the earth once more a garden. We must make our own discovery of the Essene gospel. We must let St. Francis sing in our hearts. The source. They lived in the desert, on the shore.
And this particular was recorded on March 5th, 1972.
Scholars. Incidentally, alchemy may also be considered a fire religion, or at least a philosophy, because of its symbology of fire related to the alchemical principles, its prerequisite in the art of transmutation, and to the respect and honor paid to it by alchemists. Jewish mystics identify Hermes as the antediluvian prophet Enoch, or Idris, as the Muslims call him, while ancient Egyptians see Hermes as Thoth, the god of wisdom, learning, and writing. He was given this apotheosis along with Imhotep, the great architect under the reign of King Zoser of the 4th dynasty. It would appear that both men were overshadowed by the archetypal figure of Thoth and were acknowledged as such by both the inner and outer circles of initiates of the mystery schools. Thoth, or his Greek counterpart, Mercury, was a messenger of the gods, and as an archetypal incarnation of this god, Hermes lived up to his name by his literary productiveness. Ancient writers declared that the thrice greatest wrote thousands of books on what later became known as Hermeticism and alchemy. It is unfortunate that very little of Hermes' works survived the conflagration and destruction of libraries and books by Roman and Christian zeal in the early dawn of the Piscean Age. The world as a whole is still ignorant of the great loss, and it will take some time before the invocation is made by the masses for the greater light, for disclosure of eternal principles that would shine upon the paths of men, and consequently, for a full restoration and establishment of an occult library of the world, with an archive and database of every known system and tradition of the metaphysical side of life. Although little is known of Hermes, it is evident through the works attributed to him that he was an intermediary of the wisdom ray of the Supreme Being. One of the most famed works on Hermetic doctrine written and in concise form is the Smaragdine Tablet, attributed to the authorship of Hermes. its discovery is traditionally believed to have been made by Alexander of Macedonia in a cave near Hebron. This conqueror of nations who had Aristotle for a master was in search of immortality. Although he failed to attain his personal immortality, Alexander did uncover a philosophical jewel that would have given him what he had sought if he had only applied the principles that the emerald tablet contained. Tradition relates that the tablet was wrought out of artificial emerald as a result of transmutation, with the Hermetic doctrine embossed on it. Alchemy, as a philosophy and an art in the Western Hemisphere in the past 2 millennia, existed concurrently in other ancient cultures and civilizations. It was practiced intensely by Hindu yogis and Taoists in India and China. This parallel growth is probably the result of the Great White Brotherhood's periodic presentation of a spiritual method designed for the development of certain types of temperaments and belief framework of those aspirants belonging to a certain era and stage of mankind's collective evolution. Based on this parallel growth of alchemy in the Orient and the regions of the Fertile Crescent, suggested to some esoteric historians that alchemy may have had a common origin in that sunken continent, Atlan, or Atlantis, as it is more generally known. Esoteric tradition declares that a handful of the Atlantean root race survived the submergence of the land and transmigrated to Egypt, China, and the Americas. It is reasonable to assume they brought with them their sciences, art, and culture, which influenced the inhabitants indigenous to the regions where they settled. This would explain the similarities in the traditions and beliefs of native cultures to be found both east and west. Principles of alchemy are the principles that nature herself works with, and thus alchemy, scientifically, existed in the inner planes long before it was brought down to the earth plane by master teachers. A study of nature's mysteries would reveal to the discerning student that the higher intelligences, the Elohim, and the great architect of the universe utilized alchemical principles to precipitate the starry bodies out of chaos, out of cosmic root substance, or sunyata, as termed by the Buddhist. Kabbalists believe that Adam was taught by the angels in paradise art of transmutation to prepare him for his fall and his climb back toward his monad, toward godhood, his involution and evolution from a divine consciousness to divine self-consciousness. There is no general concurrence among scholars as to the origin of the word alchemy. The consensus is that the word is derived from the word chem, the ancient name for Egypt, added to the Arabic article al, meaning the, thus forming the word alchemy. However, Sir Wallace Budge is of the opinion that alchemy comes from the Egyptian word kemein, meaning the black powder or ore, which is presumed to be an ingredient in alchemy. No matter where it secured its name, the word alchemy, it would seem, first came into prominence in the mystery schools in Alexandria. Purpose of alchemy. But just what is alchemy, and what role does it play in the promotion of the welfare of mankind? If alchemy has any true value, it must be based upon eternal values, upon the things that support heaven's purposes. In other words, upon God's plan of humankind's becoming into the true Elohimic image of the divine. If alchemy simply had an earthly objective, masterminds of the ages would not have concerned themselves with it. It would have been considered as something so trivial, so transient, as to distract man from the real work of extricating himself, specifically from his bondage to the carnal self, the kama manas, or animal soul, and generally from samsara. Greed was never the impulse that prompted the invention of alchemy. It was, is, and always will be man's desire for truth and enlightenment of his true nature and estate that motivates him to seek through every channel and avenue for that certain something that he subconsciously feels he had lost and which is his to reacquire. Call it the lost word, the philosopher's stone, or the Holy Grail, it matters not. Alchemy teaches man the principles of regeneration and resurrection, laws of creation and transmutation, laws that would assist man to regain his former estate lost in the fall. This fall from paradise symbolically represents involution of the human life wave into physical matter. The way back to the throne of God is scientifically called evolution, and the acceleration of the latter is the art of the Hermetic Gnosis. This path of return is esoterically and graphically symbolized by Jacob's ladder and the paths of the Kabbalistic tree of life. The drama of Jesus' life is an alchemical allegory of the steps of regeneration and ascension to the I Am presence within, the Father who art in heaven. Orthodox Christianity does not recognize or is unaware of this vital truth, and because of the lack of mystical insight among most members of its priesthood, coupled with the absence of esoteric truths in the doctrines and dogmas of the Church, the average Christian is ignorant and unaware of the true message of Christianity, of the light, the Christ substance, and the true saving blood that Christ introduced to humankind. Esoteric Christianity is fundamentally an alchemical science and religion. Its promulgator was a master alchemist, being taught in the initiatory halls of the mystery schools. It is related in the Gospels how the master transmuted water into wine, multiplied loaves and fishes, and walked on water, all of which were manifestations of the applied principles of alchemy, the Hermetic philosophy. Or perhaps these events were all allegories conveying some spiritual teaching. Alchemy is defined as an art of transmutation and precipitation, the changing of base metals into gold. The work of alchemical transmutation is designated as the labor of the sun. This Eye of Ra symbolically represents the perfection with which nature is gradually unfolding in her creations. At the physical level, the sun of perfection is represented by gold. Alchemy is the science and art which hasten the creations of nature to attain perfection at their own respective level. Gold is the perfection attained by metals and minerals. Minerals, however, are also following another line of perfection, that of its ability to sustain life and consciousness. And man, the acme of organic life, is evolving to the state where he acquires perfection in divine self-awareness. From the above, it can be summarized that alchemy is the art of raising vibrations of an object in order to hasten its development or evolution into a higher expression or state. The result is perfection of the object of the transmutation. Alchemy's transmission, Christendom. Alexandria was the philosophical capital of Egypt, and perhaps the whole civilized worlds in the early centuries of Christianity. Gnosticism, Neoplatonism, alchemy, and Hermeticism flowered abundantly. These philosophies are intrinsically related, and, to comprehend the royal art fully, the student of alchemy is advised by master teachers to be familiar with their doctrines. Alexandria's golden age of occult philosophy did not last long, for the reptilian mind of the fallen angels had seized control of the rising new religion of Christianity. No offense to our Christian brothers and sisters. The philosophical sons and daughters of Hermes were persecuted and murdered brutally by Christian fundamentalists and fanatics. Fear and hatred were aroused among the masses, and the ousting of the so-called pagan religions from the land ensued. One sad event was the cruel assassination of Hypatia, an illustrious daughter of the mysteries. The widow Isis and propounder of Neoplatonism, she hardly had a philosophical equal during her day, and this caused the envy and jealousy of a certain priest who contrived her murder. During the decline of the Roman Empire, the secret doctrine, or the ancient wisdom, were passed on to the guardianship of the Arabian and Persian mystics. The tenets of occult wisdom were later incorporated into the Muslim faith, with its higher aspects promulgated secretly in the traditional oral manner in certain sects, orders, and mystical groups, such as the Sufi and Dervish orders, and among the community of Druzes in Lebanon and Syria. In the 8th to the 11th centuries AD, in the era of the golden period of alchemic Islamic culture, we hear of eminent names in the field of the royal art, such as Al-Farabi, Razes, Geber, and Avicenna. These men studied the mystery teachings and occult wisdom of the Egyptian and Greek schools. They were most notably influenced by Hermetic, alchemic, and Neoplatonic ideas, and the knowledge that they acquired was synthesized with Islamic and Sufic doctrines. The Sufi adepts produced one of the most beautiful symbols of the spiritual unfoldment and progression, the rose. Its symbolism is comparable to the lotus, adopted by Hindu mystics. The Knights Templar was an important link between both East and West, between Islamic culture and the world of Christendom. The alchemical doctrine was passed on to the Sufi adepts, these Knights of the Holy Sepulchre, as the Templars were originally called. Even the mythical Christian Rosenkreuz of Rosicrucianism is said to have acquired occult knowledge from the Sufi masters and adepts in Arabia. After the days of the disbandment of the Templar order by Philip the Fair of France and the death sentence of their last Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, in 1314, the surviving knights sought refuge in various countries, and in England, some of them founded an alchemical order which later became known as the Elder Brothers of the Rose Cross. It is said that this order comprised 33 members, and that this group exists even to this very day in our computer age. When the believers of Allah invaded and settled in Iberia, they brought with them the secret teachings. Colleges were established that had mysticism, metaphysics, and alchemy in the curriculum. With the establishment of the various schools, the ancient wisdom finally took definite root in European soil, and it spread gradually throughout the other regions of the continent. This expansion was no doubt the result of the efforts put forth by the spiritual hierarchy of this planet. Man's evolution is divided in certain steps, stages, and cycles. These have timetables or schedules associated with them. It was expedient that the flames of truth and freedom be given to the custodian of the Islamic world if it were not to be extinguished by some of the ungodly minds of Christendom of the Dark Ages, which would have caused a setback to the divine plan already established. The deviation from the right use of free will by Christian fundamentalists had made them unsuitable vessels for the Christic wine. In spite of exoteric Christianity's blind attack on the light that gave it birth, the esoteric circle continued its existence clandestinely, preserving the secret teachings of Jesus and transmitting it to a selected few who had the vision of the divine plan within their hearts and minds. Idris Shah, the eminent Sufi of contemporary times, mentions in his book, The Sufis, how an Englishman, one Robert of Chester, was instrumental in 1144 AD in introducing alchemy to the Christian world by translating an alchemical manuscript originally written in Arabic. There were many others like him, for bearers of the flame were not few. Levels of alchemy. Most of the principles of alchemy conveyed to the public were made up of images, mandalas, and jargon. These obscure languages were necessary considering the era that alchemical science was struggling for a recognition from the masses as a system of spiritual development in the mind of ecclesiastical persecution. The mentality of the masses of the Middle Ages were not much different from the time of Jesus. Ignorance, superstition, and fear still ruled the day. The letter of the law, as propagandized by Orthodox Christianity, were still at odds and at conflict with the spirit of the law, as advanced by enlightened mystics. The Inquisition, which lasted for centuries, showed how far the Church had strayed from the original precepts of Christianity. The Christ taught love, forgiveness, charity, and kindness. The Church Fathers and Christian leaders only knew personal ambition, with sadism and egoism set up upon an unholy pedestal. The personal I was worshipped. The Yakida, or the divine I am, was forgotten. Neophytes of the mysteries were given the keys of interpretation of sacred literature when they were accepted in the various secret brotherhoods. The candidates of alchemical initiation were noticed by the masters when they had proven their sincerity and the sacrifices and effort that they had made. To the world at large, the existence of the masters was unknown and unsuspected, even though their presence in the world of men was hinted at in various alchemical manuscripts. It was only in the last century that Helena P. Blavatsky, among others, who brought their existence to the world's attention, and even then, the world scoffed and derided at the idea. This is a little unreasonable, as people of various spiritual unfoldment and mental development may easily be seen and recognized. If some men and women are more perfect than others, Why should not there be men and women totally perfect from our human point of view? Esoterically, when a master alchemist gave a student of alchemy the philosopher's stone, what was actually conveyed were the teachings of the ancient wisdom and a certain yogic system that, when applied and practiced, would transmute an initiate into a god. To the public eye, alchemical icons and terminology conveyed no sense whatsoever, but the mystiqueness of alchemical texts and images aroused interest in potential practitioners of the royal art, and it turned the average person into a seeker. This was perhaps one of the intentions of the authors of alchemical manuscripts. Modern chemistry, feeling a little perplexed by alchemical ideas, contemptuously considers her sire as a pseudoscience, in the same manner that astrology is usually frowned upon by the students of astronomy. Modern research will in time change the opinions and prejudicial beliefs of a materialistically inclined science. Already, pioneers of quantum physics are hypothesizing what the ancient wisdom has been teaching for ages. One key to understanding alchemy is to determine the objectives and the subject of transmutation. Without keeping this principle in mind, one would be lost in the alchemical wilderness. Alchemy is categorized into 4 levels. 1. Physical alchemy. 2. Biological alchemy. 3. Psychological alchemy. 4. Transcendental alchemy. Physical alchemy. Transmutation of one substance into other, such as base metals into gold, water into wine, etc., is the physical aspect of alchemy. It is often referred to as the greater circulation. Much charlatanry and quackery became involved with this aspect, and many people were cheated by rascals who claimed that they had in their possession the philosopher's stone that could effect a transmutation of base metals into gold. Human greed knows no bounds. The poor wishes to be wealthy, the rich aims to be wealthier, and with all their efforts, whether successful or not, sorrow and suffering is the karmic result. Aspirants of the ancient wisdom are taught that the world of form is transient, and that one's happiness should not be based upon something that is illusory. Illusions do not last, and they are not eternal. They bind man to a false sense of human limitation. They enslave man to matter by seducing him to indulge in things that hampers the development of the soul. Truth and the real are that which is eternal, and they are to be found in the kingdom of God within us. Unfortunately, most Christians overlook this one of the most important injunctions of the Nazarene Master. The ancient precepts advises us further that the less earthly desires one has, the richer one truly becomes. The lesser circulation of the herbal family is also included in this category of physical alchemy. The main object of this work is the search for a universal panacea that would cure the ills and sufferings of humanity. This is quite a noble desire should the lucrative aspect and profit motive be absent. It would exemplify the bodhisattva ideal. In contemporary times, there are many of those who have claimed to have accomplished a successful transmutation in their laboratories, even teaching the secrets of the art to their ardent followers. Biological alchemy. When alchemists realized they were advancing in age and were no closer to the goal of physical transmutation, they sought a way to stall the process of old age, to regenerate the body, and even to acquire a degree of physical immortality and biological immunity to diseases that humankind is so prone. With such an object in view, they commenced their search for an elixir of life that would prolong their physical existence. At the very onset, the search took them to the field of herbalism, for many plants were believed to possess the traditional virtues of the fabled fountain of youth. The Hindu mystics attribute such qualities to the soma creeper. The Chinese Taoists declare that a certain mushroom that they call long qi has the virtue of regenerating the physical body. The Egyptian god Thoth is also said to have described a life-giving mushroom which conferred immortality. At a later period, however, the discovery was made that the real elixir lied within man himself, and it had to be manufactured via psychobiological means. Briefly, this is the work to be undertaken at the biological level. Psychological alchemy. Psychological or mental alchemy is the science of the development of the mind. Of the four lower bodies, the mental sheath is the only one unstructured as yet into an organized body, that is, in most people. In the course of evolution, the mental body will be constituted and coordinated so as to allow the ego and the waking consciousness to function fully in the mental realm. The secret doctrine of H.P. Blavatsky tells us that in the fifth round, the mental body is expected to be fully developed. Mental alchemy accelerates the evolution of the mind. It permits its practitioner to acquire in the fourth round what nature intends humankind to attain in the next, with her somewhat languid process. Mental development entails the development and the refinement of the following abilities, qualities, and faculties. 1. A universal attitude and perspective. 2. Imagination. 3. Concentration. 4. The ability to reason inductively, deductively, syllogistically, analytically, analogically, etc. 5. Mental quietude. 6. Abstract thinking. 7. Divine thinking. 8. Mental receptivity. 9. Visualization. 10. Discrimination, or viveka. 11. Detachment, or vairagya. 12. Meditation. 13. Mental creation, etc. Before quick progress can be made in developing the above faculties, the mind has to be purged of all the phobias, neuroses, and psychoses that are infecting it. Even the guilts, resentments, and sinful feelings torturing one's consciousness. The aspirant is advised to forgive self, and forgive others. The steps of conviction, contrition, confession, consecration, and communion should be adhered to when one desires spiritual unfoldment. One of the other steps to be taken is the unification of the male and female aspects of the psyche. Psychoanalysis, however, has only touched the outer fringes of the mind with its inner probings. Mental alchemy, like the previous categories, is not considered the ultimate goal of alchemy. They are but stepping stones leading to transcendental alchemy. More on mental alchemy and the general laws